Hello, this is May. Welcome to Always Worshipper. This is my new creative space in YouTube. What we do here is that we channel the energy. I'm a channeler. I've been working on spirituality things for a few years now. So I opened this new creative space in YouTube for me to send these messages to the collective in English and Spanish mainly, so I can reach you. And all my videos are intended to reach whoever it's meant to, whenever it's meant to, okay? So if you find me, probably way in the future, but the message that I'm sharing here today with you resonates or it helps you somehow, that's kind of the process, and that's how we do it here. You can find me on TikTok and YouTube mainly. I also have an Instagram account. All of them are named at Always Worshipper. My TikTok account works as an oracle. So if you go there and check my TikTok account, you will see a bunch of random pictures and a little flag of Spain in the case of Spanish readings, and the US in case of English readings. And you can get a random message out of any of my posts. So if you can follow me there or here, I really thank you and appreciate it a lot. So today I was channeling a lot the no contact energy. I believe this is common for both collectives. I already recorded the Spanish reading, and we got many messages when it comes to no contact. So maybe there's a person out there who is in no contact with you. So I'm here to reveal some hidden truths. We're going to use the hidden truth oracle as a baseline, so we can find messages or we can hear what that person wants to say to us. And afterward, we're going to use some tarot. This is my baby in tarot. This is my first tarot deck. So let's get started, okay? Let's go with the hidden truth oracle for the baseline. So, Spirit, what do we need to know for the English community in this no contact situation? What's up with them? Ooh. Okay, we both know I am not the one for you. The first card, we both know I am not the one for you. Remember that this is a matter of perception. Maybe you feel this person is the one for you, but maybe the person you're thinking about doesn't feel enough for you. Or maybe they feel that you can do better than them. And this is a matter of perception. Maybe there's something about self-confidence for this person. There's someone out there who feels like they are not enough or they don't deserve you. This can be due to many reasons. So a self-perception issue with them. This can be because of the way they treated you, right? But according to this person's perspective, they feel like they are not the one for you. Let's continue. I bury myself in work to forget you. Here we're talking about distractions, right? Work, other connections, especially surface level connections, but in this case, for channeling work. Maybe this is a hard worker or a workaholic even. And this person uses work as a distraction. And this can work, I mean, from 8 to 5, right? But at night, when you're alone with your thoughts, it may be harder to not think about you. Maybe you're someone who's really hard to forget. I'm getting the word unforgettable somehow. So this is maybe how this person sees you, as someone who is really hard to let go or hard to forget or impossible to forget. Spirit, what else do we need to know? What's up? Ooh, okay, let's talk about timing. You and I were too young, and the timing just wasn't right for us. This can be mogul years, probably you're dealing with a younger person with a younger energy, that's possible. But this can also talk about soul years. Maybe both of you have grown spiritually somehow from this connection. This can be the case. If you feel you are an old soul and this person in spiritual years or soul years somehow, so to speak. This person can be younger than you somehow. And there's definitely something about timing. Remember that for divine connections or high level soul connections like twin flames or soulmates, it is required to trust in divine timing. Maybe when you met, both of you were unawakened somehow, or both of you needed to go through some lessons, right? So these can affect the development of a sacred connection. And separation is required in those cases. Things need to unfold as they are supposed to in divine timing. Okay, oh my god. I love you in the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry if you see my cards a little wet. It's because I spilled some water. I'm really clumsy sometimes, so it's wet. So there's something about the spill of emotions maybe. But in the bottom of the deck there was I love you. If you're doubting how this person feels for you or felt for you, there was love there. And probably this is both ways. You probably love them or love them very much still. So sending lots of love because I know what it's like to be in separation with a deep, deep soul connection. If you're questioning their feelings, they love you. And when I say they love you, they love everything about you. I was thinking about that song by John Legend, like all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. So that feels like a really pure love. Sending lots of love, people. Let's continue. Let's take two more. We're gonna take two more and then move on to tarot. So, Spirit, what do we need to know? What's up with the English community? Okay, there are the two cards that we asked for. Let's go. I hid who I really am from you. This can talk about self sabotage and putting on masks. Maybe this person pretended not to care or pretended not to love you as they show it over here. This can be due to many things. Probably because they didn't feel good enough for you. There's a self confidence issue or a self perception issue with this person. Out of fear, maybe out of fear of the past, maybe this person dealt a lot with toxic people in their past. So they allow the past to dictate their future somehow, and they put up masks to keep you away somehow. Talking about self sabotage. And the last card that we got was I will wait for a sign from you. Uh, there's something about waiting. I mean, this is a general reading. So if you want this person to come back, or if you want this person to contact you, or whatever, I don't know, place a story in your social media, like giving a sign, maybe a song you have in common or whatever. But this person is waiting. There's something tricky about waiting because while they're waiting, and that depends on you, of course. I mean, if you are in an attitude to say, I'm not waiting for anybody, which is what we should do, right? In these separation situations, we don't wait for anybody. We put the love and the energy back into ourselves and manifest what's meant for us. This can be this person in a more healed state, probably, if you're doing the work too, because remember that sometimes we focus so much on what the other person needs to do or what the other person is not doing that we forget that we need to do the work as well. So this is maybe an invitation for you to not wait, but to focus on you. And if you want this person back, send them a sign somehow. I'm just saying, okay? But this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. Okay, so interesting baseline over there. Many cards. Let's do a recap. There's definitely something about timing over here. The timing wasn't right for us, and you and I were too young. Maybe a soul growth or an awakening is required. Remember that these deep soul connections can really wake us up, spiritually speaking. to come into a sacred union in a healthy way. And this requires divine timing. So there's definitely something about divine timing. This person may have self perception issues, um, because they may not feel good enough for you. We both know I am not the one for you. I hid who I really am from you. So they put masks to keep you away, to maybe not show the love that probably you both knew deep down that there was there, in both ways. Remember that if this is a mirror connection, it can be both ways. So maybe you also hid who you truly are from them, out of fear, probably out of fear to go deeper on this connection, due to timing, due to many things. This is a person who's probably using distractions as well. I bury myself in work to forget you. They are waiting for you, for a sign from you, but remember that in these periods of separation, we don't wait. We go back to ourselves and put the energy back into ourselves, so we manifest the love that we deserve. If it's this person, okay, in a more healed state, as I was saying before, and if not, that can be somebody else. And to conclude this part, if you were in doubt of how they feel or how they felt for you, they love you and they love everything about you. I feel I'm channeling the words, the purest love. The purest form of love that we can have for someone is to love all of them, body, mind, soul, even with the imperfections or the things that make us not perfect. To love someone implies to love everything, all of them. Okay, let's continue with tarot to go deeper on the messages. So, Spirit, what's up? What do we need to know? What's going on with the English community? Ooh, the world. There's something about closure. Mm, this can be many things. Maybe this is a connection that needs closure. Maybe this is a general reading, right? So maybe the things that happened in the past between you two uh, crossed the line, or were unforgivable somehow, and it requires closure. For other cases, this may be the same person, but this requires forgiveness and it requires to leave the past behind. This is a general reading. Some of you may decide not to take this person again because of what they did to you. Some of you may give them another chance, but remember, to give another chance to a past person, it requires to leave the past behind. And take care and take a look of the actions, not so much of the words, but how they behave in this second or third chance that you may give them. But there's something about closure, definitely. Maybe this connection requires deep healing and closure from the past, or maybe you're looking forward to close the cycle with this person so you can allow a new person into your life. Let's continue. So, Spirit, what's up? What do we need to know? Ooh, oh, sorry. Remember that I was saying before that not to let the past dictate our future. That this person maybe let the past dictate their future in your connection. Maybe this person dealt with a lot of people, toxic people in the past. So they were so closed off to love that when you came around, they pushed you away, maybe, or they said, "No, I'm not doing this again." So this may be the case because the Nine of Wands can talk about that, to let the past dictate our future. This may be a lesson for them or for you. Remember that the new boyfriend or the new special friend that you have is not your toxic ex. There may be similarities or things like that, but we cannot allow the past to dictate the decisions we make in the present or to dictate our future. We also got the Two of Wands. This can talk about travel. Do you see her here holding this ball? This ball can symbolize the world. This is a common message that I'm getting lately for the English community. Maybe there's a need for you to see the world, to see another culture. So if you're thinking about it, this is a sign for you to start working on a way to do it. But this can also talk about a decision. Because do you see here the left and right path choices? So maybe this is about love. Maybe you need to make a choice between this past person or a new person that's coming in. Or if they're not already in your life, there's definitely a choice that needs to be made in love. Take it as it resonates. We got these two. The Queen of Swords. This is air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, high to air signs, especially Libras. So the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay, I'm channeling this is an outside energy. So maybe the person you're thinking about is dealing with a toxic Queen of Swords. This can be someone really shady, someone who will do whatever it takes to keep you guys apart. If that's the case, take it as it resonates. Be careful with a Queen of Swords. And if this person you're thinking about is dealing with somebody else, I highly recommend you just to put the energy back into yourself and stay away from this situation. Stay away from the drama. Because at the end of the day, the decision is theirs. If they choose to stay with this Queen of Swords, there's nothing you can do about it. Just go back to yourself, focus on you, and let things unfold as they are supposed to. And there's the High Priestess in the reverse. This card is an invitation for you to connect to your intuition, especially to view through the illusions about a Queen of Swords. Take a look at people around you, see what's going on with them, with you. Train your intuition, work on your intuition, work on the solid, work on solid bases. As an example, let me put the card in the upright so you can see it. Do you see here the pillars? Do you see here the pillars left and right? This can talk about putting solid bases into a project. Let's think about a house. For you to build a house, it requires a good solid underground basis so the house or the project doesn't fall at the first earthquake, right? So if you're working on a project, this is an invitation for you to take a look at the basis in which this project is being built. So it's solid when you have setbacks, maybe this project remains solid and can go on, so you can fix the little things that you need to adjust, but not to compromise the full project if that's the case. And remember, this is also an invitation to work on your intuition. Connect to your intuition. Remember that intuition is a connection to the divine forces. And the divine forces, your higher self, God, the universe, archangels, etc. Those divine forces see things that you're not seeing, and they are protecting you always. So your intuition is a channel between you and them. Work on your intuition. Let's take three more so we can close the reading. So Spirit, what's up? What do we need to know? What's going on with this? What's going on with this connection? What's up? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's leave it this way. So, we got more than that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's get started with this one, the masculine energy. So this is the King of Pentacles. This is Earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a masculine energy who can be really stable. Actually, I'm channeling this as another energy. This is someone new, probably. Someone really stable, really grounded, really financially successful, maybe. This is someone who maybe has their eye on you. Remember that you can meet the love of your life at any second. So if you haven't met them, you need to stay open and receptive so this person can come into your life. Remember that I'm saying masculine energy, but energy doesn't mean gender. So this can be either feminine or masculine energy. Someone who probably has their eye on you. Talking about a decision, maybe this may be another suitor that you have over there, because we're seeing a contact situation from someone, but that doesn't mean that that's your only option in love, right? So stay open to maybe another person, maybe if that's what you want. Remember that in the end of the day, the decision you make will be yours alone, and you'll be fine in the end. Whatever choice you make, just choose what's best for you. I definitely see a sacred union that is stuck with the Four of Wands. You see the 11-11 here. Don't forget about the 11-11 portal that we will have this month. This can be really useful for manifestation, so that day you can write a letter. Since we are at the end of the year, you can start working on your manifestations for 2026, right? Write a letter that day. And this number can talk about union as well. So this is a sacred union. If you're thinking about this past person, probably this sacred union with this person is stuck. Or if this is a new person because it requires closure from the last person you were romantically involved with, this can also require closure. So you can open yourself to a new connection. But this is a sacred union that is stuck. What can you do? Focus on yourself, work on your the things that you maybe need to adjust, maybe some past wounds or things that you need to work on so this sacred union can come together in a beautifully healthy way. Let's talk about the Eight of Pentacles. Do you see her here carving the pentacle? This can talk about a project. Remember that with the High Priestess, I was telling you that it's important to have solid basis for your projects. Maybe there's something about I'm channeling specifically art projects, painting, music, writing, all creative outcomes. Maybe there's an art project that you're working on right now, or that you need to put the energy into. That's another way to process your emotions and to put the love back into yourself through a project. If you love to paint but you haven't taken a brush for so long, so do it again. Or if you love to play music but the last time you played the guitar was a few months ago, just go back and do it. Go back, connect to yourself through art. And last but not least, let's talk about the Ace of Pentacles. This is definitely a new beginning. This can be in many ways, like work as an example, a new position at your current job, a new job, a business. So this may be a new financial beginning, but also let's talk about love because this can be a new beginning coming from a King of Pentacles. Maybe someone asks you out, right? But remember that to open to this new beginning, maybe there's something about the past that needs closure. Remember that closure doesn't have to come from the person directly. You don't need to have a conversation to close something. You can write a letter saying goodbye to them and thanking them for the lessons, for the experience, for the love you shared, if that's what you want, and close this. Or if you want to forgive the past, make a letter, write a letter to forgive yourself for what you did, forgive them for their mistakes too, and close this past cycle with this person. But the invitation of these cards is just to go back to yourself, to your art, to what you love to do, and be open and receptive for a new beginning in love. People, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you a lot for your views and your interactions. And I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!